Good time to get an almond stuck in my throat. Oh no, we don't like having multiple audios going. Okay, good. Alrighty. Oh, make sure everything is up and going, and then shall get this on the road. Hello everybody, good evening, welcome, and maybe a third welcome. Alright, so as everybody filters in, I'm just gonna do my regular intro like I normally do. Just say, hey, how's it going? My name's Ashley. I do character and creature concept sculpting here on the Pixologic channel as a volunteer every couple of Wednesdays or so. Sometimes we go right off the top of our head. Most of the time we go off the top of our head. Sometimes we have a little bit of reference. Like this stream is gonna be Krampus, so I've got a couple of goats up on my screen on the right in front of me, so we can kind of have like a general idea of what it is that we're going for today, because we're gonna be doing some Krampus, you know, holiday themed spooky stuff, because why not? Everybody else is doing it. I'm gonna follow the leader. Follow the leader, follow the leader. How's it going? It is good. How are you, Expert? Hey, Alex. Lothar, John, Expert. How are you guys doing? So, I moved some stuff around on my desk. Hopefully this will lend itself to a much more comfortable stream where I'm not constantly complaining about shoulder pain. Ergonomics, very important. Very, very important. Hey, Gorbulin. Nothing's up just yet, but we're gonna get started after we give people maybe like 5 minutes to filter in, and then we'll start going. Hey, Reaper. Yeah, so if you guys don't know what Krampus is, I mean, like, you've probably been watching the other streamers do Krampus as well, so if they haven't explained it, I'm sure they have. But Krampus is essentially kind of like the opposite of Santa, where if you're naughty, instead of getting like a piece of coal, you're getting this half goat, half demon coming to your door and swatting you, and then you're gonna get, as a kid, you're gonna get stuffed in their sack and taken away to their lair to be punished. Kind of messed up thing to tell kids, you know. So that's it's apparently German origin, but it's a little bit fuzzy exactly where it came from. Maybe Austria, might have Christian roots. No, I don't think people really know exactly where it came from, but it's in that vicinity anyways. And it was a story that was told to kids. Very disturbing. Perfect story, exactly. So we're gonna do a version of Krampus. There's tons of really good ones that the other streamers have already started and are continuing every single week. So hopefully we can do something that's a little bit acceptable. You know what I mean? You know. German. It's like the opposite of Santa, because they do have Saint Nicholas, right? But like the opposite of him. Like if you're a bad boy, if you're a bad girl, if you're a bad child in general, this thing will come and punish you, and that's horrifying. So that's what we're gonna do today. So I've got goats on my screen, because it's a half demon, half goat. So you got some old men, goats. That's about it. You're gonna hear my dog eating in the background because he likes to eat anytime that I'm streaming. He has the whole day to eat, but he decides you're doing something on mic, so it's time to make crunching noises. So enjoy that. Enjoy that. See. All right. So we're gonna get started here. I don't really know exactly how I'm going to do this one. I'm thinking though, because it's got kind of like, you know, you have to take your kids away in like a sack, that it would be maybe marsupial in a sense, because that could be really, really messed up. Wondering maybe we should I'll just actually do a whole separate thing for a jaw. So as I'm going here too, feel free to ask me any questions you want. We're just gonna like concept off the top of our heads. We've got, like I said, goats on the other screen, but if you have any questions on how I go about any of what I'm doing, let me know. And I will do my best to answer. Otherwise, we will just be... Yeah, let me like put this guy a little bit... There we go. There we go. Like I said, I moved some stuff around on my desk too, trying to get something a little bit more ergonomic. No idea if it's gonna work though. Alright, so goats usually do something like this. So I'm thinking like a lot more maybe on the animalistic side of things. And we'll have like the horns are actually back here. They usually come out like that. We can do one of these guys. Hey Sawghost, what's good? How are you doing? If I have a reference, I've got goats, goat heads, because I don't sculpt goats, so that's I've got goats on my screen. But yeah, I'm not doing anybody else's like concept. We're probably gonna like see what we can come up with here. Just maybe make this a little bit more human? We'll see. So we'll do that. Think I might make it just a little bit more human. Quite animalistic in terms of this. This would be like the inside, but I kind of want to give it like human like teeth, human like jaw. That might be interesting. Yeah, and give it like a smile. And we'll do something really creepy with the horns. Give it more of like a demon feel. I'm thinking, methinks. Do I usually have a concept before you start sculpting? If it's professional, like for a client, then yeah, usually there's something there. But if it's just like personal stuff, I will have a vague idea, if anything, and sometimes I don't even have a vague idea. And if I don't even have like a vague idea, I will just get in here with some like crazy shapes and just mash it around and just kind of see what the heck comes out of it. Cause I'm just like, I'm not afraid to get some like nasty looking topology or anything like that, cause you can just fix everything with Dynamesh, right? So usually I just kind of get in there and do whatever. And find some cool shapes and go off of like a concept that way. So it's a pen. I'm definitely thinking of going with like goat eyes though, you know, because like goat eyes in general are freaky. You look at them and you actually think like, bro, you're possessed. You guys have seen goat eyes, right? Like they go like completely like horizontal. I mean, that's like something so that they can see more prey while they're looking down and eating. Like, so it's like, it's apparently so that they can, or not prey, sorry, predators, right? Hey, Awesome, how are you doing? Hey, Pepe, what's good? Sagos, waiting for your cabbage rolls to cook. Ooh, cabbage rolls. Dude, cabbage is so good. Gives you the toots, though. Makes you farty. Do you usually have, no, answered that one. Hi, White, how are you doing? Goats are cute. Maybe this week we'll have cute and fuzzy. I mean, you can dream comics. What I do is sometimes, like, you know, people perceive it as gross and stuff, but in reality, all of it could be perceived as cute and cuddly, right? All right, we'll make these just a little tinier. I kind of want to sink them in just a bit. Just the beat. Give this a little less here. And I don't know if we want to do something like this. I'll probably come back to this and like edit it a whole bunch because I'm just trying to find some interesting shapes. Probably even pull these across more, make them wider. The butterfly is the most yeah, the cute, yeah, exactly. The butterfly is the most malevolent. Don't trust that which is beautiful. Do you recommend this method rather than starting with Z-spheres? I recommend whatever is best for you. I recommend trying both ways, and whichever way works for you is best. There is no best way for anything. In terms of like art, or as long as you get there, that's the important thing. So if Z-spheres help you get that initial block out faster, or it helps you imagine things faster, use them, or use a combination. There's no like you have to do this or that. Hey, Asylum, been crazy, you know. Hey, what's up, Fire Sculptor? How you doing? A goat and a rabbit. Yeah, we're messing with it. We've been live for like 10 minutes, something like that. You're sculpting a character, a golem that you have a large amount of branches, but you're really new. Could you show your way to do that branches, please? If you have a lot of branches, I would recommend doing like 1 or 2 and then kind of like duplicating them around as subtools. So like you could also make a branch using Z-spheres. So that's a great use of the tool Z-spheres, is you just like, you know, start to pull around Z-spheres in whichever way you want to, and then create an adaptive mesh and use that to duplicate it around. With a flamethrower. Wild, dude. Wild. That's wild. Okay, actually, goats, now I'm thinking about it, have tinier eyes. We'll do... They do have front facing. Front facing. Because like I said, I want like human teeth. What? Hello. Man, so okay, so I did this new thing. It's really helping me ergonomic wise to have something to rest my elbow on where my shoulder is also relaxed. So I raised my chair because I was telling you guys I have like issues tendonitis with my shoulder. So I raised my chair a lot. I can't slide in under my desk anymore, but that's fine because now when you're working with your Cintiq, the important thing too is to keep your shoulder not like this, you know? Like if you're working like this, you're gonna get a lot of pain. So you want a relaxed shoulder at all times. And so I find having something that tells me where my shoulder placement is. I have this like I bought this when I went to Mexico. It's like a big bread plushie, and I just put it with like, because I have a lot of space in between my chair and where I'm sitting, right? Like my chair is pretty big. So I'm not actually using like my armrest. I just fill the gap and I use this now. And that's actually been working pretty well for me because it like stabilizes my arm. So if you guys are curious about how to fix your posture when working on the Cintiq, because that's a really big problem that I totally underestimated when I got this, is just shoulder pain and posture problems. So yes, always keep your shoulders at a relaxed position. Never have them doing this, otherwise you're gonna experience some serious pain. You have problems, same thing, like you gotta do your shoulder squeezes and keep your neck up, which it helps if you have an angle like this. Am I using a keyboard to switch brushes and options? Yes. I'm actually thinking of getting the Tartarus, the Razor Tartarus, you know, like those things, like you use them for World of Warcraft or whatever, but I feel like I've seen a lot of artists posting on Twitter about how they use that for like their brush hotkeys in Photoshop and stuff, and I'm like, I mean, that sounds like a better deal than using the side buttons on the Cintiq. I think a Tartarus would be kind of cool, so I might look into getting one of those. We'll see. Yeah, I sculpt in VR. I have to take a break from using VR recently because my shoulder's been messed up, but as soon as it's done, which it is getting a lot better, so when it is done, I'm gonna be doing more VR sculpting. But, you know, have to say this because it's true, anytime you do anything in VR, like finishing it up detail-wise, always bring it into ZBrush to finish it up, because sculpting software in VR is not really detail oriented. Yeah, the 3D mouse not really so much for me, but I think like the little tiny hotkey thing where I can put it wherever and it's not this big long keyboard would be kind of nice. Because then I won't have to constantly, anytime that I'm doing something different, like if I'm doing stuff in Maya, I gotta switch my desk around. Then I'm doing stuff in ZBrush, I gotta pull this back, and yeah. First world problems. Alright. Yeah, John. Do I have an ergo stand? I've got like the exact same thing, but it's the Amazon version. It's the exact same like arm as Ergotronics or whatever, but cheaper. Actually, delete that. I want to like give him like really droopy eyelids, but also have them bulging out, so that's why I opted for duplicating here instead of just sculpting it in. And something like this. Pull these guys out more out, give it more of a ledge. I'm always thinking about like how the eye sits in the skull. I always forget what the name of it. The somebody's gonna know what it is. You know, like the rim in the skull. Oh my god, the ocular hood. I don't know, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. I'm so bad at anatomy names. The only one that I always remember is the anatomical stuff box, which is right here. Yeah. Beastman. He's yeah, this is gonna be Krampus. Krampus. I don't know why I did that, but I did. So you're welcome. Have this guy coming up. And this one, I'll give him like a really, really big old neck. Or big old neck. You know, maybe okay, this is like inspirational music. It's freaking weird. What if we like... What about melodic bass? I'm still on Pretzel Rocks. They changed everything around. Like everything is different. It's a totally different app now. So just trying to navigate the playlist again. All right. So this guy actually needs room for his ear holes. Y'all need ear holes. Pull these back. I do a lot of editing like that. I always forget to put enough space for ear holes, or ears in general, and I have to like move it back. It's just like, it's one of my fatal flaws. And probably still even needs some more room back there. Okay, you need more skull. You need more skull, bud. You ain't scully enough. I kind of like the Damascus goats. You know what a Damascus goat is? Actually, does anybody know what a Damascus goat? Hold on, let me see if I can spell it properly. Damascus. I don't have that as a reference, but I just thought of it now. Is they're like the best kinds of creepy executioner looking goats I've ever seen. These things are just wow, dude. Here, let me, like, I just googled it. Let me just show you. Hold on. Screen. Go. Look at this. Look at this. Okay. Okay, again. Come on. Let me look at these things. What in the world is so creepy? Like they look like executioners. Yeah, it's a spawn from hell. This is a goat. This is a goat. Same with this. Like, what is this? So I'm thinking like the nasty long ears, like the droopiness of this thing. It literally looks like an executioner. It's so wild. I don't want to scroll too far down because I don't know. Like, what is that? What is this? It's so weird. So that's beautiful. That's perfect. I'm gonna use this as a reference. And drag that over to my other screen. All right. Let's do this. Oh, super low res. Oh well, whatever. We get the idea. So that sort of that shape is just like nasty. I really like it, where it's just super tiny right here, and everything else is kind of coming out from the side. And then we could. Sorry, I had almonds before this, so I'm gonna be doing a lot of M's. Yeah, so this actually, like, okay, this is a kind of complicated shape to do because it kind of curls around. Here, wait, let me try and get this. Like, it's got like a gross curly ear. And I think also I want to put in a little bit more human into this, so I'll probably put a lot more like facial hair and just human features, maybe a little bit more of like a human nose. We'll see. Mutant skills. How are you doing, Hannibal? Damascus goat is disgusting, man. I love it so much. Actually, let me zoom into that. Okay, can you give me like 1 second? I want to get a Damascus goat. I want to get it's like a head up on reference because I just thought of that, and that would be really good. Yeah, you nasty boy. That's also super gross. Grab this one. Goat eyes are creepy. You love them. I know, they've got this. There's an appeal to how creepy they are, you know? Usually you don't hear those two words together, like appeal and creepy, but it's there. It for sure is. All right, I think that's mine. Let's do this. Like a Twi'lek, yeah, it's got that. It's the long droopy ear thing. I think that would. So this idea, like this feeling of like the executioner-ness is because it kind of has like this whole bit right here that feels like it is like it's all fur on top of like underneath like muscle and skin, because the Damascus goat has like this nasty sort of like fur stuff that continues until it hits skin. Thinking even this. I want to see if I can like combine like a human nose with this. Let's see if I can make it work. Yeah, and then it would have to come down like that. Probably make that work. It would just have to be flared more. And then this, I kind of want to make him angrier for sure. So this whole bit up. pull this all in, down. Because again, he's got to be like a demon, right? We're talking nasty Krampus that puts children in his sack and brings him back to his lair to torture them. That's the kind of nonsense we're talking right now. So we want like a total creep. We're gonna do like the eyes out here because like I don't want to do like stereotypical demon, right? Because you're saying like goat and demon, and typically like you think about a demon and they are already goat-like, right? Like you look at depictions of demons, they're already goat-y. So why not make it more goat? I don't know. Was good, Lemon? Yeah. Hey man, what's good? For things are bred from all walks of life. Dude, this looks like inbreeding, like a shining example of inbreeding. I don't know. It probably has issues breathing. The Damascus goat, it's just absolutely wrong. Maybe it's naturally like that. Maybe I'm being ignorant, but like I know pugs have issue breathing. Like sure, they're cute and everything, but you know. Yeah, I really want to sorry, almond. Ugh. I'm gonna like pull these ears down, make them all droopy. Whoop. Yup. Yep. All right, let's also think this whole thing right here. I wanna go more Damascus with this. More Damascus, more like yeah. And then they've got this whole bit up here. See, and then this is feeling more like it could be a human nose bridge too, which is really fun actually. So if we want like that really creepy smile, we want this to actually go straight across. That get like, you know how like you think about like creepy like smiles, a lot of the time you're thinking like it's gonna go up, but a lot like the more realistic, authentic, genuine smiles, when you smile, your mouth is actually doing this horizontal, it's just going back into the mouth more, which gives it that feeling in 3 dimensions that it is giving that like, you know, smiley face thing. But in reality, your front lip, the muscles are pulling it horizontally. So if you want that like super creepy stretched thing, you pull it back into the head, right? But then really stretch it horizontally. Instead of doing this, you stretch it horizontally to give that authenticity. D&D buddies? What? Oh, Krampus and Pan? What, like Peter? Or, oh, Pan from Pan's Labyrinth, yeah. Maybe. I feel like that, yeah, it's the same kind of creepiness, right? I haven't watched Pan's Labyrinth in so long. I should rewatch that actually. Maybe this holiday I'll do that. Dinner started? No worries, Sculptor. Have a great dinner. Enjoy. Thanks for stopping by. So, So, thing that I'm noticing about these Damascus goats too, it looks like their horns are actually chopped, which is really sad. They've got like this whole bald spot. It's like they almost get like cut off of them. Dynamic subdiv with thickness don't create different subdiv levels. Dynamic subdivisions aren't actual subdivisions. They are temporary. If you want an actual subdivision, you'll have to go like Control D. Dynamic is just for previewing essentially, and you can work with it that way. You don't actually, it's like a non-destructive way to see what your mesh is going to look like when you're smoothing it. It's mostly used, I find, like I use it for when I'm retopologizing something back and forth from Maya to ZBrush, because then I don't have to actually add any subdivisions levels or mess up my my vertex point order or anything like that. So I just use dynamic just to see what's going on. Dynamic subdivision. Speak English. It's a thing in ZBrush. Come on. Geometry, dynamic subdivision. If you click dynamic subdivisions, that's not an actual thing until you apply it. It's just sort of a preview. You can think of it like a preview. Male boar goats can be very beefy boys too. Makes great reference. Let me see boar goats. Boar goat. Or a boer goat. Oh my god, what a Chad, dude. What is this? Chunk. I want to give him a hug. Like, he's got so much, like, you know, that you just want to give him a hug. Like, it looks like you just want to, like, it looks huggable. Thick neck boy. Talking about goats, by the way. Anyways. All right, and these goats have like a longer neck, and that's kind of creepy. So I'm gonna do that with the neck. I'm gonna extend, enhance. So I don't want these horns to fight with the silhouette. I don't know if I want this to like go or Yeah, they're meaty, right? They're big boys. Don't lie. When you look at like a chunky neck animal that looks like, you know, you just want to give them a hug. Like, they look so huggable, even though they'll probably kick you or worse, but they look huggable. Maybe it's just because like I've had big dogs, and like whenever a dog is sitting and they've got all that neck fluff, you're just like, need to hug that. But it's conditioned me to look at any animal with a big chunky neck and you're just like, I want to give it a hug. Muskox are so crazy, but yeah, actually, if you've ever even been near an actual like horse, like a really big horse or a cow, it's sort of like, it gives you like this feeling of awe, because like you see pictures of them near, you know, with people next to them. Until you stand next to one of these animals, you realize how big and muscular they really are. It's actually kind of terrifying. But like, in the most respectful way. Yes, I'm using a keyboard, David. I've got my keys, my hotkeys all mapped 1 through 0. So we want this to look sinister, and I think the best way to do that is to kind of point everything down. So what I'm thinking of here in terms of, you know, something that's sinister, like it's a demon or whatever, I've got this in the back of my head. Now, when you're creating characters, you know, being a character artist, character concept artist, etc., you know, first and foremost is you got to be a storyteller. What are the visual elements that you can bring into your designs to help tell a story of what the character actually is? In this case, we're talking about a demon. Krampus is half goat, half human, right? Who takes children away down to his lair. So what do we want to do? Well, we can quite literally take the visual language, like the horns and things, and point them down. Like he's from the depths, he's going under, like he's evil, right? He has that, it kind of helps with that feeling of, like, subconsciously, you know, when you're looking at something that's all sagging and everything, it looks like it's going to the ground, right? The ground being under and things. So you know, you're thinking about things like that, you can start to work with your designs a little bit better, put a little bit more thought and story into them, instead of just like, oh, he's a demon, he has horns, and they're just like pointing in whatever direction. Maybe, you know, if you wanted like a more perky demon or whatever, something that's less sinister, maybe you would have them pointing upwards, because upwards means energy and up and excited and things like that. So all of these things can play into the feeling of your character. Can I have an iPhone 12 for Christmas? What? I had to crawl in the bag to find it? Well, okay, I guess. See, okay, so the better thing about this is I'm thinking that he's gonna be kind of like a marsupial, so his sack is quite literally like a disgusting pouch on his like stomach or something like that. Just crawl into my sack, children. I hate this story so much, it's so disgusting. Del Toro has a Pinocchio coming out. Say what? That's cool. Actually, let's pull this guy closer. Come on, come. Right, I don't have. There we go. So if you want like something really sharp, by the way, you can always put Accu-Curve onto your move brush or your snake hook. So where you find Accu-Curve is in brush, and then curve right here, and Accu-Curve. This is something that I have already on my UI over here, and the reason why I use it is just to get like these really like sharp ends to things. It pulls accurately. But you have to enable it and disable it every time for any brush that you put it onto, if you want it or don't want it, etc. All right. Yeah, it's amazingly gross. That's I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna pen a sphere here. Hey, that rhymed. What do you know? I'll grab all of this, Overall, we're wanting like a hunch. And then I will grab, well, let's do regular thing here. And I want the top of the rib cage here, so all of that is actually going to be outwards. Top of the rib cage comes down to here. Rib cage can come back out right here. There we go. Yeah. So that comes there. Sit up, posture. Change your posture, make sure you're sitting up, guys. You don't want the tendinitis. The dreaded tendinitis. We are team anti-tendinitis over here. Alright, and then we're gonna do like a whole belly as well. This whole belly bit is where we're gonna get that pouch. That needs to... Help if I actually have the brush selected. Team lower back pain. I was in team lower back pain earlier, a few months ago, and then I changed my posture and I became team upper back pain. So we're trading one for the other. Hey, what's up? Your name is so dark. What is your name? A Bareness. What's good? It's cool to see you. Welcome, 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 welcome. We're live. Not a solution, a solution, and a problem to another thing. But you know, you take what you can get. I'm finding the solution for this one too. See, the ultimate solution, right, is to constantly be doing back training exercises so you have beefy back muscles, and also only sitting up like a stick. You have to embrace and empower yourself with the energy of a twig. Do not bend, do not snap, stay perfectly straight at all points in time, and then you'll be great, you'll be good, you'll be good. A standing desk, and now your team exploding knees. There we go. See, there's no winning. There's no winning. You just have to like keep. Oh, here's a good like shoulder stretch too that I know. It's like half of the eagle pose. So you wrap your arms one over the other like this, and then lift them, and that's like a really good shoulder pull. Like it just pulls your shoulders apart. It's just really good because normally they get really like stuck. Yeah, stand up, stretch. What is this music? I guess it's alright. It's a lot of chiptune though. All right, I want to do some of the stuff. Ah. "60 push-ups, 60 sit-ups a day." I mean, if you can't do that though, work your way up to it. You don't need to be One Punch Man right out the gate. You know? And I actually recommend working your way up to like more, because if you go like at it immediately, you're gonna hurt yourself. And then it'll be all for naught. What in the world? Okay, we need different music. I'm sorry, guys. Let's try this. I don't know. Be the boar goat. Release the buck. God. The boar goat. The beefy necked king. I don't know. I see myself more as a Damascus girl. All right, let's do these teeth. I know I could do like the arms and everything right now, but I'm just into the head area right now. Okay, let's just use this. Yeah, most of us probably do need a physiotherapist. I agree. I am in that boat for sure. You do your best with what you got, though. So the best thing that you can do is try and embrace the power of the straightest straight thing that you can possibly think of. And just be that. Actually, we'll probably do like sharper, like canines back here. Not canines, sorry. Canines are the front. Like sharper, dog-like molars. Just gotta get this guy. in here, overlapping, looking hella nasty. You need braces. It's good. Make it smaller. Yeah, I'm gonna make these ones smaller. Then make like a couple of them. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, yoga's good. I don't do full yoga, but I've got a couple of positions that I frequently do. One of them being eagle. Very good. Very good. I love like any time that I stream, we all just like start talking about like all of our body woes. After a hand workout. Oh yeah, like if you've got a shoulder injury, don't do what I just did or anything like that. Okay, I'm a spit. Yes, good. All right. So I think we're starting to get something interesting here. You, though, you need to be tinier. I love making gnarly teeth because you don't really have to like follow many rules of actual teeth. You just put them anywhere as long as they're growing out of the bone. Make them look nasty. Okay. I also see that like a trend with Krampus is like that super long tongue. I didn't look into him long enough, but I like that idea long enough, like more well enough that I'm gonna just do it. So I like messing around with super long, nasty tongues on creatures. Let's just do this really quick. There you go. Want it to be like literally like squished. That'll be fun. Hey, Brecky was good. It's called pizza in your face. Fitness pizza in my face. I want pizza. Oh my god, I want pizza. Maybe this weekend. Goats don't have teeth? Well, he's half human, half goat. Like half demon, half goat, and demon have teeth. They can have teeth. Got gobbled, son. Get licked. What's up, Kyrie? Thank you. Who's an inspiration to me? Oh man, see that one's really hard because like I have so like I consume so much art and I look up to so many people that I can't just give you one name. But if you literally look through my ArtStation follows, you can see amazing artists, all of which I look at as just absolutely wonderful. I look at a lot of natural photography though when it comes to, you know, getting inspired for creatures and things like that. I do look at, you know, natural photography. Macros, specifically macros, the microscopic world is fantastic, absolutely amazing. Your imagination will go wild just looking at macros and the detail and everything. But actual artists, a lot of the time I look at painters, things that are very, you know, anyone who has a very loose and interpretive style, I really love. Impressionism as well is really, really great in my opinion. And maybe that doesn't necessarily show through my work, but I always feel amped up and like excited anytime I see something that invites the viewer in to interpret. And I like to try and do that with my work as well in a way where, you know, maybe I'm not as successful with it and I'm working towards it, right, as an artist, but I like the idea of when you're telling a story, you want to invite the reader or the viewer in. And in order to do that is you have to make them ask questions, right? So when you're putting little details into your work, that can really invite the viewer or reader into what you're doing, your story, be it visual or what have you, right? So when it comes to artists that inspire me, that's the long-winded answer of that, is anyone really that I look up to that does work that way, where I start to think like, wow, what would it be like, you know, and I start to imagine different scenarios with their work. One person specifically comes to my mind right now. Let me see. She's incredible, an absolutely incredible painter. Let me see. Actually, okay, here's another one before I get to her, is Vladimir Mozart is fantastic. I love his painting so much. You can see that. I don't know if I can... I mean, people like Piotr is insane. Obviously, I love this guy's stuff as well, you know? There's just so many artists that I look up to that it's really, really hard for me to tell you everybody, but here's some of them that come to mind right now anyways, that I absolutely love it. And you can see there's like a theme between all of these people, is this sort of impressionistic looseness to their work that I just get really excited by. It like there's a simplicity to all of it as well, that just there's storytelling there, but they do it in such a simple and intelligent way that I'm just like, ah, screw you. Yeah, he's really, really good. He's amazing even, so. So sorry for the long-winded answer. I do a lot of that. I'm very bad at giving short answers. I always expand too much. So this is like his sort of like sack that he carries children in. That's what I'm thinking. It's like he's got a pouch on him, kind of like a kangaroo, but it'll be really nasty. All right, well, I'm glad you enjoy my rambling. Using the new ZBrush core, do you know how you can make tentacles coming off of the head with core? Are Z-spheres available in core? Do you know? If so, you could use Z-spheres to do that. I'm not exactly sure what's available in core and what isn't. Hey Gabe, we're doing some Krampus action. He do be Krampus. Actually, I'm gonna delete that. Kind of throwing some teeth in there right now. Fix it all up. Oh, guys, good. I'll grab one of these, put them underneath as well, because I want to do like the tongue is being real squished out, like he just don't care about his tongue and making that bleed. Like it's a leathery, nasty tongue, you know? I think that's one of my favorite things to do with sculpting too, is making that like impression, like of something being squeezed. Okay, I'll work on that in a sec. Just gotta give this and duplicate in a mirror. Did we just listen to this? I feel like we did. Oh, are we not on shuffle? Oop. Are we on shuffle? Oh. Z-sphere, you remember using spheres in core? Yeah, spheres, I mean Z-spheres though. Working with some stuff it's allowed to share or maybe ask for some feedback. You can share whatever work you want in chat. I'm not going to be opening stuff and giving critique while I'm working, but if you want to ask other people here, go for it. cramping your portfolio style. It might be, we'll see. It might be bad. All right, see you, Jones. Thanks so much for hanging out. One day you're gonna have to log in and see me sculpting a Care Bear. Hey, man. Professionally, I work on all kinds of cute stuff, okay? Alright? I'm in the animation industry. That's what I do. But when it's after hours, I'm allowed to do whatever I want. Gotta let the evil out somehow, right? Bring that in more. Like I said, the like having that sort of like nasty, creepy smile, I find it's best if you work with like the actual muscles that are there. Sometimes I see Joker sculpts and things like that. That could be a lot better if they abide by the actual rules of the facial muscles and just stretched that past a point of comfortability. So I always try, like this is really low res right now, but I always try and just like push the low res as far as I can go. So I have all those really strong shapes here, and then I'll go in and Dynamesh it and work on it afterwards from that. Like, let's say right here, not really digging this whole like 3/4. Like I want that to be a lot more streamlined, so I'll probably pull that back like this. Give that a flatter edge. Just tap it with my smooth. See how that like that angle really helps? It gives it that sleekness. That's sort of what you're looking for when you're turning around your model a whole bunch. Then here, kind of want all of this to stay straight though. So we'll pull all of this right here, fill that out just a bit more, but then keep this flat. Yeah. You had Happy Gilmore? What do you mean Happy Gilmore? Why was that running through your head? Am I stupid? Am I missing something? Actually, pull this out even more. Get that Damascus goat. I keep saying Damascus goat, but like just genuinely trying to get more Damascus goat. Yeah, could go with that. And then here, pull this out more. Okay, I'm gonna get like better eye sockets once I Dynamesh this and start working with it that way. I just really want this whole thing to come in forward more, give it that depth. And then make this thicker. Not too thick, just a little. And then here, pull that in. like in the shape a little bit more. All right, Care Bears in the office, Scare Bears at home. Literally that. Them crowded New York subway teeth. Nice comics. Quite feels like a packed subway. Each tooth is telling the other one, get out of my way. Thanks, Talon. I work on cute movies, new follower. That's awesome. What's a link to your portfolio? Says Link, newbie only sees demons. There's a pause and Ash says, it's all about balance. Oh, AVBN? Am I wrong? Do we have to put artists in these little boxes like you're a stylized artist and that's all you are? Is that what we're stooping to? I think not. I think if an artist wants to do what an artist wants to do, they're allowed. Just tap it. Just a little. Oh, there's a scene in the movie. Okay. My bad. I'm bad at quotes too. Oh, it's the D's. What's good? You're gonna go to sleep though. Nice. We'll do a movie where he comes and eats your turkey's children. Critically acclaimed film directed and produced by Accu-Curve and the D's. Does box office. Dude, I couldn't like hear properly because I had like another thing going. So I actually thought in your stream you were saying Accu-Curve. And I was so confused. Like, is that literally like what you're gonna call me now? Is Accu-Curve? But I get the O thing. All right, well, if you guys don't know Paul, he's also a streamer here on Pixologic. Definitely check him out. Probably ditch the chat now, going to sleep, but he is awesome, and he was on right before me. So if you need more content to watch, check him. All right, let's see here. Go be like. Ba-ba. Like do, I guess, something. I think like this might be nasty. Can get that working with this this mouth. Yeah, I'll like push that up. I should work on the rest of it, but I'm invested in the head area. this needs to come in more. Damascus goat, yes. Yes. Damascus. Like, I know the place is called Damascus, where it's from, but Damascus. It's got a scary sound to it. Thanks, Manu. Those you know what? No, those teeth are unbalanced the most balanced way possible, McBobbles. Come for me. I don't care. Reference site where not everyone has freak 8-pack abs. Yeah, finding that's the thing about, like, that's kind of rough, isn't it? Because, you know, whenever you're looking for other people putting like anatomy in their portfolios, it's always like this super like 2% body fat ripped dude. But that's not how it works. I think finding an appropriate model that can show you the fat and how that collects over top of your muscles is way more realistic to study from. Otherwise, you're just learning the technicalities of attachments and positions and things, which is important. But I think it's even more important to know how the fat sits and distributes on top of all these muscle structures. When using Z-sphere, only release a small dot and not a big sphere. When you're using Z-sphere, I haven't even saved it all. Let me do that. Hold on. Sculpts one. All right, so you're saying when you're using a Z-sphere, so you appended a Z-sphere, right? Like this, and you want to, so you switch to your draw mode, right? And you want to only create a small thing. It depends. If you're holding and you're dragging, you can make something small and then switch to your move and then move that. And if you want this part to be smaller, you switch to your draw again, put something in there, switch to your move. You can move that to your position and then scale, and you can make that small too, right? That is, that's how. Because anytime that you're dragging something out, you're dragging the size of it, and then you move it around. And then you can make another one, and then scale it. Okay? Anyways, I gotta delete that. I don't want that. Goodbye. Yo, what's up, Banshee? How you doing? How goes? What's the difference between append and insert? Insert is going to replace a subtool that you already have selected. So let's say I had this tongue selected and then I said insert. Oh, no, sorry. My bad. That would be import. My bad. Erase what I just said. You said insert. So if you're inserting something, it will insert it to the same subtool that you have, whereas append will create a new subtool for it. So if I were to take a brush and do an IMM foot, as the industry standard so suggests, like this, it masks off everything and puts it into the same subtool as the one that I had selected, in which case you could break it off into its own subtool by going to split and then masked points. But if you wanted to just append something, that creates a whole other tool automatically, right? That's the difference. Yeah, I have autosave enabled. A lot of people disable autosave because it's annoying, but I forget to save enough that it has saved my butt daily. Like, I'm not joking, daily. Daily, it saves my butt. What's up, Sergio? Thank you. Appreciate. Alright, see you, AVPN. Have a great night. Thanks for stopping by. Do I ever use mannequins? No, I actually don't. I think I might for posing purposes in the future, but I don't really. I'm good. Just chilling. Just chilling with some Krampus. Alright, so I think I'm gonna give him a beard too. If I end up liking this enough, I might even continue this next stream. Might do like a double stream for one. Almost unheard of here. I think with the goat too, I kind of want to give it longer hair, like long, gangly, wiry hair. This is Krampus. He puts little kids that are misbehaving into his sack and takes them to his lair to punish them. Not a fun story. Extract here. Make this actually like more hairy and stuff, and just kind of like messing around with like a shape. I think this nose like goat like, but so demon. How does one goat does this? Goat goes like this. This can come in. Sometimes when I'm like, you'll see me making like faces because like I think it's sort of like an empathetic response to the work that you're doing. So like if I'm working with expressions a lot of the time, I'm sure you guys do as well, is you're gonna find you do a lot of the faces that you're working on. Like this one, I'm like a render of Krampus? Oh, for sure, but I would have to give it more time, and I just don't really have a ton of time. Like after I'm done this stream, I'm gonna be working on my client stuff again, so that's why I'm saying like, oh, maybe I'll, you know, continue this the next stream. So yeah, like I said before too, is I really do enjoy taking things as far as I can in like a low poly state. Because then you can kind of see like where everything is even going, right? Before you even start adding detail. It's all about like the shape. I'm gonna beef out this guy's neck. So this, thinking about muscles as well, obviously, when we're doing this. And this guy, I want his rib cage to be thicker. And this thing, think, how should I make this sack? I think the sack will come off of his, what are those called? What are these called again? The obliques. The obliques. They'll come, it's going to be an extension of his obliques, and I think I'll have that attached to his serratus. That could be kind of nasty and cool looking. Like just really like push that feeling of, hey, this is pulling. Like it's just hanging there, right? Because that's his sack. Come, kitties, come get into my sack. Have you been a naughty boy? Okay, I'm gonna stop this before it gets really nasty, because this story is like questionable. I think I hate the word sack. So nasty, man. Anytime I'm doing anything like animation related, like retopping for client stuff, and they're like, hey, can you use this or that reuse for like a mouth sack? And then I was just like, all of these emails going back and forth for like mouth sacks. Just mouth sack. Not a fun word. The drawing tablet that I'm using is a Cintiq 22 HD, and I got it half off, so I paid like 1,300 or 1,200 a while back. I think now you could get them, and that's Canadian, so like it's about like 2,500, I think, or maybe closer to 2,000 now. I don't enjoy that word. I'm telling you, it's a nasty word, pro. It's gross. Yeah, would you guys like to see a second stream? Like if I continued a sculpt rather than starting from scratch, would that be interesting? Or do you guys only like watching these because I start new sculpts all the time? I'm genuinely curious because I could take something further during another stream, like next week. Normally I just start new, but if you guys like it enough, I could always extend. I mean, I wouldn't retop it or anything, I just mean like taking the sculpt further. A world of nope. And a word of nope. The minimum specification for the computer so you can... That's going too fast for me. So I can comfortably work with the program. Honestly, ZBrush runs on potatoes. Like, it is such a great program. It runs on actual potatoes. So you could run this with 8 gigs of RAM if you wanted to. I'm running 64, which is kind of overkill, but my last PC was running 16 gigs of RAM and was totally fine. Your main thing that you're gonna want to focus on is like having good RAM for this. That's really what it works off of. That like it'll handle more polygons that way, right? But yeah, my last PC I was using yeah, I was only using 16 gigs of RAM. Now it's 64, so if you wanted to have 32, you'd be in a really good place. Can you stop saying sack? We're supposed to sack, 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 sack. Let's talk about Krampus's sack. Krampus's sack. From scratch and continued. Yeah, maybe. Okay, follow-up stream, you like that? Seeing a finished model would be interesting too. I'm not going to do any retop on this stream or anything like that. Absolutely not. Retopology for me is tedious and it's not creative to me. Like, there's no creativity there. It's more of like a, okay, you have to do this in order for it to be in production, which is like, you know, part of the job, right? But it's not... I'm a sculptor first and foremost. Do I have a Twitter? Yeah, everything's at the bottom of my screen right here. All of it. Yeah, nanomesh, yeah. 16 recommended, 32 stable, 64 overkill. Exactly, you got it, Mofafa. What brand of PC do I use? You talking about my CPU? I'm using a Ryzen 9. I built my PC though, so there's no like brand. I've got a mismatch of a whole bunch of different brands. From Gigabyte to Asus. Kingston. A dingly dangly sack. Oh, so much sacks, man. Lots of sack action. Okay, these bad boys right here, we want to make them chunkier. Make them bigger, chunkier, badder. American. No. Okay. I just thought of like the Dodge Ram commercials, like those trucks or whatever. I don't know anything about trucks. I don't care. I know it can be like cars can be a real passion for a lot of people too. But some of you in here, like absolute car people. I work for 2 studios right now, Mark. Freelance artist, so I'm doing this with contracts. Yeah, I actually want to give him like sideburns. Probably bring that up, actually. do a little bit of that. So I'm trying sideburns that go up, like this is contrasting to the things that I was saying before, which was I wanted everything pointing down. But in terms of flow, I'm just gonna experiment a little bit with some burns that go up a little bit, because it's not really affecting the outer silhouette. We're just talking about like the inner one. We can get like some gangly bits here, probably. I think it might be good, because then it'll keep stuff moving up and down through the face instead of like, let's just try actually. We could actually do that too. So maybe actually try a different direction. It's all about trying things, seeing what works best. All of this stuff too, definitely going to go over top and refine it. I'm just getting a general shape of stuff. Probably put that over top of the ear. Bring that in close to the area. We want to leave space here though. Yeah, gotta leave space right there, because that is like sort of like the ball of the cheek, the cheekbone. You're gonna have a lot of the eye, crow's feet and stuff coming out from right here. I have a lot of crow's feety stuff coming out from here. Just gonna set it up that way. Yeah, building it from the ground up is cheaper if you know what you need to look for. If you don't know anything about PCs though, the pre-built ones can be fine, but it's like building it from the ground up, then you can decide on the parts that you need for specifically what you're doing. Like just getting something based on the price of the PC is not going to guarantee you a better rendering system or a better PC for real-time stuff or a better gaming PC, you know? Like, just because something might be labeled a gaming PC, it doesn't necessarily mean you can have extremely blazing fast render times, you know what I mean? Just watching your workflow, hearing me just, yee, thank you, I'm glad you enjoy it. If you're gonna wear flannel, you need to know trucks. Absolutely not. I'm allowed to wear flannel because I'm Canadian. That's the only time I can like pull out the Canadian card and be like, trying to tell me I'm not allowed to wear this. Lumberjack running through my veins. And Scottish. I don't know though. Whatever. Someone's going to come in and tell me that is appropriation. Is it? I don't know. Is wearing flannel appropriation? I'd hope not. Everybody wears flannel. Alright. Pulling this stuff through and through. I think I'm gonna do like a lot of fur stuff here as well. So I'm gonna, first and foremost, I gotta like make the neck muscles be working. Right? Pull that back. Also thinking that a lot of the neck muscles here are gonna be covered by some fluff that I want to put right here. Like, you know, like chest fluff? You know, like that demon chest fluff. Ba-ba. Okay. Let's append. Here we go. Actually, save this real quick. I'm gonna do an insert mesh. IMM arm. Hello, good to see you again. Monty Python Lumberjack song. Chest floof. It's okay, fine. Chest floof I would say is more for the cute things, but if you want to call it floof, then aight. Okay. Split. A little bit. Don't want it to be too long and gangly, just enough that it's like, bruh, what? No, scary. You know? Want a lot of pulling. Just like shove all that in there so that we don't have to worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Just shove it in there. This guy. Multiple monitors doesn't take much resources at all. No, it's not so bad. I think most of your power is going to be with your GPU and processor. So you're running a ton of cores, big old chunky core processor, a lot of cores. You're gonna need a chunky PSU. Can't go wrong with like PSUs though. Like if you just aim for higher, you know, you think you're gonna need 800 watts, go for like 1,000 just to be safe. Also, that means that you can like add in anything after if you need it, like anything, any extra components or upgrade, you have like room for that. Because usually upgrades come with power increase. Unless like you're specifically looking for stuff that is like low power use because of your bill or whatever, your energy bill. It's usually not that bad. Like a PC, unless you're like rendering 24/7, you're not gonna like rack up a ton of money for your electric bill. This gotta be higher. Come on. Try all software that can run ZBrush, Maya, 3D and rendering software. Any recommendations for anyone laptop building or build your own PC stuff? Alright, well, you're gonna get a lot of, like, recommendations in there. I mean, it depends on, like, what your budget is, too. Like, people will be able to recommend you better if you have, like, a budget, because, like, the easiest thing to do would be recommend you the highest line of everything, but you don't necessarily need that. Especially with, like, the new graphics cards that came out, you don't need the top-of-the-line ones. It's nice to have, but you don't need it. Like, I'm running a 2070 right now. It's more than enough. I'd say just, like, having, like, if you're doing game stuff, like, upgrading to an RTX capable card would be a smart move. Like, don't cheap out and go for something super, super cheap, like, that doesn't have RTX if you're doing game art. Because everything's moving that way with next gen. Yeah, you're gonna get lots of help from these guys. Schmarties! All right, good night, Baubles. Have a great evening. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a good rest of your evening. Just realized I attached this wrong. Need some of this. There you go. The sack, I know. I know. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, I gotta, like, actually pull out this rib cage a bit more, and then this guy to edit just a little bit. I think these guys can come out more. And these ones. chunk them out more. I'm gonna be a bit buffy. The secret frightens me. Good. Good. Kind of want to just like color the goat eyes right now, just for fun. Let's do. They have like orangey eyes. Let's do orangey. So that. This. And then black. Give it more topology so this actually shows up. Give it a little bit of help here. I love hand painting things, by the way. It's a lot of fun. Just to give it that oomph. Go. Yo, what's up, Cicada? How are you doing? Krampus being vegan would mean he's tempted by milk and cookies. He isn't tempted by meat. Is Krampus vegan? Am I missing something? Wait, who's screaming red wax for no reason? You're scared now, yes. Good. Lurking in stream? No problem. It's nice to see you, though. The vegan thing earlier? Oh, I see, Lopar. Sorry, I'm like completely missing chat. That is my bad. Yeah, this, I want it to like, so the bones are gonna be in stuff, like everything to continue down. I'm gonna have to design some sort of like an inside bit, something or other, like his stomach would actually be right here. And this is like a continuation. I'll probably attach it with more like tendons and things. But I like, because like his whole thing is like swatting them, and then he's got like this sack that he like takes the children away in, right? So like, how do you make that creepy? Make it make it his sack, you know? The idea of vegan existed back then. Maybe it did, though. Maybe it did, they just didn't term it. Because I feel like the idea of just not eating animals and like only living off of the earth in your means, like that did exist in some cultures, I think. It's like a kangaroo, kinda. so I'm gonna do a dog leg, and I am at like dog back leg, and then we're gonna do that sort of like a goat. I think that a dog leg could be a good starting point for a goat leg. We gotta put it on the right side. There we go. Oh my god. It looks so stupid. Something like. So I'm gonna cheat a little bit and like imply a great trachanther right here. And then same with these guys. Okay, give this more chunk. And then this can be like the hoof stuff, which I'll just like, actually the three thing, that low res stuff here is actually going to be really helpful. Oh, I have a horse though I can look at. A horse. I have a horse leg. See, look. A horse. A beautiful horse. Isn't that beauty? That's a beauty, isn't it? Wow. Oh, my hand's in the way. Wow. Wow. Okay. Put that on the ground. Oh, you know what? It's like the halfway point. I'm gonna take like a quick break and then come back to this. Get up, do some stretching, come back, show you Monty, and then continue working on this dude guy. Just do a quick thing here. Eh. Hello? There we go. Yes. Very good. Okay. I am going to be back in a couple of minutes. Yeah, yeah? Yeah, yeah. Tidy, tidy. Okay, put that right here. Okay, get up, stretch, do your thing, and I'll be back in just a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes, and we'll go for another 2 hours. Yeah, sound good? I think it sounds good. All right, we'll be back.
Melody was enough to rewrite my story. There's no place I would rather be than in the light of your sun. It changes everything.
We've got a Monty. We've got a Monty. We've got a Monty. Monty says hi. Hello. You want to sniff everything? Or you just want cuddles? Okay. He does that when he wants cuddles. He just like shoves his face as close to me as possible. Yeah, you can pick an Intuos first before getting yourself into like something like a Cintiq or an on-screen thing. He doesn't know, and he would freak out if he knew how many people are actually looking at him right now. But give me hugs? Give me hugs? Hey? Cuddles? Oh yes, look at, he loves being squished. He loves the squishies. I did get my new Cintiq, yeah. But I'm not using it on this station. You just adopted a 6-year-old corgi. They're snuggly for sure. Yeah, I know they are. They're very, very cuddly. I hear a lot of people though, who have corgis actually think that they're not snuggly at all. Like they're very like, I don't want to be touched. But you can see how much he like is like pushing into me all the time. He is 3. He's a 3-year-old. My little tiny 3-year-old. He acts up a lot. He's a bully, but very cute and very cuddly on stream. Yes. You give everybody your good side. You don't let them see how much of a demon you are sometimes. What's cute but lurks underneath. He's 21 in dog years. He doesn't act like a 21-year-old. He looks like a 2-year-old. You don't lick, don't lick. No lickies. Dogs take on their own mannerisms. Okay, so he's a demon. I'm a demon. I see how it is. He has his moments of independence. He acts like he's independent. You gonna get your foot going? Look at this foot. Look at this foot go. Look at this foot. Whoa, foot go. Footy foot. Got yours like sores all over your butt again. Gotta put some cream. It's like, so because corgis are so close to the ground, they can get a lot of like skin rashes and stuff. So I gotta, oh man. He's all itchy and stuff from that. Oh, look at his foot. Look at his foot. Look at that foot. Look at that foot. Look at that foot go. Look at that foot go. Alright, I'm gonna get back to sculpting. Here we go. Down on the ground. There you go. Okay. Ooh, so hairy, bud. So hairy. Hairy. Oi. Another thing too is how much they shed. Oh my goodness. Something so small makes such a big mess all the time. Wild. He is a cutie. He is my best friend. Now we gotta get your skin fixed though. I don't know. I wanna have to put him on like any medication for it, but he keeps getting like these rashes. He's allergic to something. I can't figure out what though. How much effort went into sculpting the Game of Thrones dragons? A lot. Actually, Pixologic, I think one of their gears, the summits, they should have a presentation on it. I'm pretty sure the people who sculpted the Game of Thrones dragons talked about that whole process on one of the past summit videos. You just go and look for that one. I don't know which year it was. Yeah, Fluffle. It's I gotta figure out. I'm trying to figure out what it is. It's not his food. I don't know what it is though. Nothing's really changed in our place either. Might just have eczema. I'm also like pretty allergic to him though, so like my arm's all itchy again. The copy thing, Control N. So Control S, sorry, Shift S, sorry, my brain's everywhere. And then to clear the screen, Control N. Shift S, sorry. Yeah, it doesn't help though. Like Monty is a corgis especially really do this a lot. I've seen a lot of corgis even in the city doing this on walks. Is they like to roll as soon, like, you know, if they get into any kind of grass, they just roll no matter how wet it is. So that doesn't help his skin either. He's not gonna have toys in there. That's where the children go when they're behaving bad. Yeah, he has to be brushed a lot. He likes right now he likes it, but I have to be really gentle with the brush because of his spots that he keeps getting. They have to be groomed quite often because they've got a lot of hair and they're really close to the ground. But he's got a lot of itchy spots. I wouldn't say I brush my corgi twice a day. I don't brush Monty twice a day. That's a little bit extreme, but I do brush him almost every day. It's more of like the bathing. Like every time he comes inside from like or walks outside every day, I have to wash him down to an extent. I think this whole bit needs to come out. It'll hang down. Yeah. Yes. Disgusting. What do I think of Smaug? So I'm a little bit biased because I absolutely love The Hobbit, but I know in terms of like the CG of that movie, people are really iffy about it, especially since like it was mostly CG, less like practical and stuff like that. Like people get really like up in arms. I liked Smaug, and I really liked the choice of Benedict Cumberbatch as his voice as well. I thought that was really cool. I actually, you know what's funny is last night I actually rewatched part of The Hobbit just to see Smaug's entire scene when Bilbo's trying to get what's it called, the Arkenstone from his hoard. Like that was really epic, but I'd have to watch it again on like an actual full screen to see it. I think like they did something with the frame rate. Like I think it's like 48 frames a second instead of like of something like, you know, 24, 30 even. And so it gives like this strange like crispness that doesn't feel real. But it also, like, I really like Smaug's design. I thought it was really well done, especially with the description of, you know, of it in the book and everything. I liked him. I thought like his scale, the scale of it and everything was really cool. If anything in the movie, I think that maybe during that entire scene, he moved a little bit too much. Like for someone, like a dragon so big, I feel like he was just moving from place to place so much. He could have, like, you know, for something that big and so proud of himself, I felt like a better choice might have been to have him more confident in where he was moving around his like giant cave, you know, inside of like through the pillars and everything. Like he didn't have to like be jumping one way and then back to like show how proud he was and then jumping forward again. Like that was kind of a lot for something as big as he was. Yeah, I know. He's okay with that though. Monty's more bad. Like he's bad with the like with saying fuck if he knows that it's gonna be me and Eric, then he gets really excited. But if I'm like, hey, you wanna go for a walk, but it's just me, he's like, he's a herding dog, so I think that's part of the reason why. Like he doesn't get excited about walks if it's just me or if it's just Eric. But if it's both of us, then he gets really excited because he's like, yeah, the whole team is here. Azog, the Defiler. The thing that I like about I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right. I haven't watched The Hobbit in a while, but Azog was like, he was one of those things that like I remember there's this meme video. I'm not gonna go like look it up, but it was yeah, that's what I think about him. Is Mimi. I think I'm gonna do like a tail in this dude. Oh wait, what did I? I think I'm gonna make the whole head bigger. Let's do... Wait, let's do this. I'm gonna make the whole head area bigger. If I tilt it this way. And then forward more. Probably get something nasty from that. Does he hurt other dogs? No, actually he doesn't. He's a little bit weird. Like he's very anxious. He's almost like, so we've gotten a routine about how to deal with like his anxiety too, because he is a very anxious dog. He's got tons of phobias about things. lot of confidence building exercises that we have to do with him. He's been going to dog parks since he's been a puppy, but for whatever reason, he gets the idea wrong sometimes. And if another dog is chasing him, he freaks out about it and then immediately wants to leave the dog park. Like, he can't handle another dog chasing him, even though he's like running around the dog park. He's very like emotional and sensitive and very particular about things. But he does try to herd Eric and I. And what I mean by that is not like he doesn't nip at our feet. He's never nipped at our feet or anything like that. But if I am talking to Eric from this room, like back and he's in the other room, Money will get like really confused and be like, why am I not involved? And then he'll try to run back and forth between us, barking until it stops. Another one is like if I walk up to Eric to talk and I don't tell him what he has to specifically do, I always have to be like, okay, Monty, in your spot, which is like his bed, and then I tell him to head down and be quiet, and then I can start talking to Eric. Otherwise, Monty starts freaking out and spinning and barking at us and everything because he doesn't understand why he isn't involved, and it's like his herding instinct kicking in. So you always have to give these kinds of dogs instructions and guide them through a lot of stuff because they're working dogs, and so if they don't have a task and it's their instinct that you're fighting against, it's gonna win. Their instinct is gonna win. So you gotta give them something else, which is I always tell them, lay down, quiet, good, just give me 5 minutes, and if he can be quiet for 5 minutes, then he gets a treat, you know. In his dog armor. It's not, dogs aren't the really scary thing to him. People are, because people are super unpredictable. So no matter how many people we introduce him to, he will finally get used to somebody, and then a new person will introduce and he's not okay with them, and like, because they have new mannerisms, right? So it's just like, it's a lot. Mm. What, Kelly, are you saying I shouldn't have him? Damn, it's kind of brutal. It's hard too, because like I already received so much criticism for Monty being as anxious as he is. Everybody, you know, so quick to blame owner, like, you know, anybody who owns a dog for like any of the anxieties that they have, but like I said, we've been exposing him to stuff since he was a puppy, and we've had trainers, all of that, and he sorry, very itchy eye. He's always been anxious. So I got him when he was really young. It's a very, very emotional doggo. Imagine somebody literally, like, you're going on a date with someone and they call you an elevator. Song, man. Alright. Adding in like a tail. Oh man, I think I got some Monty in my eye. The itchy is real. Hey Angelus, how you doing? Yeah, he was in 6 to herd, but that doesn't mean that I shouldn't have him as... What? You're saying that all dogs that have instincts, like some dogs have guarding instincts, and you think that somebody who oh my god, what am I doing? There we go. I think as long as you know what you're getting into, it's not bad. You can still provide them with lots of mental stimulation. Just because something, you know, because a dog has instincts outside of being a couch potato at home doesn't mean that you shouldn't have them as a friend or a pet, family member. You just need to know what to provide them with. He just needs a lot of mental stimulation, and he needs instructions. Okay, whatever to the maybe. You're literally telling me that I should have my dog. Like, no, I'm not doing that with you. Do some daily quests on Genshin, then starting the painful process of studying and sculpting female faces. Oh. Moving from monsters for now and just hammer on pretty faces. Yeah, dude, like going back and forth from monsters to pretty people, not a bad choice. Do approve. Alright, let's work a little bit more here. Had the dog legs because I was gonna do the goat thing with them, which would be more like this. Gotta really like work. Get them haunches. Goats pretty much have... Wait, I need a reference. Goat legs. pretty much the same as like horses in terms of structure, right? I don't like cooked goat legs. Google. Yeah, it's pretty much the same as there's like the structure. That'd be good. Oh, you guys talking about printers now. Jeez. I think this little bit right here. Wondering if I can do anything to suggest this as a sack more. Probably like that, and then making this skinnier. It's clearly attaching up here. Bring that and down. Probably back too. In between the legs. I think it's gonna have to do something like that. Yeah. These here hands be looking mighty tiny. We want big boy hands. Your portfolio and chat in the stream? For sure. Yeah, you can share your portfolio with everyone here. That's fine. How do I isolate the finger of the turkey monster so that it was the only one unmasked? So I was probably doing something with the gizmo tool. So if you click on W, you get your gizmo. And then if you hold control and drag in the direction, wait, let's see. Drag in the direction, hello? Hello? Drag in the direction of that finger, right? You can isolate anything. Oh my gosh, it just doesn't want to seem to work in certain areas for some reason. That's how I was isolating things before, is just this sort of a thing, and then opposite. So control and then drag with the gizmo. Do I know how to smooth mask on higher res meshes? The normal smooth mask only seems to work on low res meshes. Yeah, like that's, yeah. I actually don't really know when I'm like masking on high res. Usually, what's happening is I'm like painting it, like, so I'm just kind of tapping it. There might be an actual way to do it, but I'm unfamiliar with that. I usually do my masking on low res, so if you're doing like any kind of like posing or whatever, you know, it's good to have like a subdivision level or something like that that you can go back to and use for that purpose, like, you know, low res masking and things like that. Hiccups. Sorry. Would changing your smooth brush to smooth stronger from the light box affect smoothing? Yeah, but not for masking, unfortunately. Hey Bobby, how you doing? Oh. Yeah, I mean, like, if you're busy with other things and like stressed about other things. But if you were to get back into ZBrush, you could use that as a way to blow off some steam, you know what I mean? You know what I mean. Maybe it could give you that motivation that you need during COVID. I don't know what I'm saying right now. My brain is mushy. I'm hungry. a good source to learn ZBrush. I mean, this channel is pretty good. There's like other streamers do a lot more like how-tos than I do. But if you have any questions, literally like anyone on this channel will be able to help you. There's also things like Pablo's ZBrush Guides has a lot of good stuff. Geez. Again, like I'm losing my brain here. Mike Pavlovich is really good for it on YouTube. Ask ZBrush, hashtag Ask ZBrush on YouTube. ZBrush Live, not ZBrush Live, Z Classroom has a lot of good documentations as well. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Shane's really good too, like, and he's on this channel as well. There's lots of great people on this channel that can help you out. I'm here for like study groups. That's the best. I think that's the best way to describe the streams that I do. Is mostly like I'll answer your questions and stuff, but I think for the most part we just here chilling. Everybody's doing their own project, chilling together, talking about whatever we want. A lot of the time it's food. Oh, I'm hungry. I'm thinking this overall shape I'm not so happy with. I think I'm gonna go skinnier here. These guys, I think I'm actually going to pull backwards. This forwards. This one forwards as well. This guy. And chunkier, wider. The Kalahari Red. The Kalahari Red. Let's see. Kalahari. What is that one? Oh my god, chunky. He is chunky. He looks wise though. Like he looks chunky, but he looks wise. That's a wise looking goat. That's cool. You don't mind to grab something first? Wait, if you don't mind to grab something first, is it winter season now in Canada? Yes, it is winter in Canada. It's December, the snow is falling. Any preferred anatomy figures that help you more than others? I mean, if I'm doing anything, well, right now I'm using this one, right? All the stuff that I have is from 3D Total. I don't have a ton of figures. If I had more space, I would have actual skulls and stuff. This one's been like my ride or die. So it actually is Eric's, but I just permanently have borrowed it. Yeah. And then there's a cougar and a dog as well. So you got feline, canine, horse, like equestrian, and human anatomy. Nothing reptilian as of yet, but when I can afford it, I'm gonna start investing in some skulls and skeletons and things like that, because I like having that stuff. Just don't have much of a space to put it right now. I don't have shelving or anything for it, so. Yeah, I use the 3D Total ones. All right. Trying to figure out what to do with this. I have to work with that to make it look more like it's like just lots of loose skin. And inside, put could do like more like we could do like more of like a rib cage, like an actual rib cagey like type thing here. Just have these guys exposed. Right here. The bottom part of the rib cage, the ones that aren't attached to the sternum. This one's like a floating rib right here, but then we can append some spine stuff. It's -1 there? Nice. That's actually pretty comfortable. Right now it's not like too bad over here. It's just kind of wet. Which, you know, is what it is. Alright, see ya, Alex. Have a great night. It's my most favorite creature. Don't you want to grab something first to snack? Won't be good to have churned tummy. It's bad. Yeah, I mean, stream's only like 1 more hour, so it'll be fine. I'm just a little bit like... I get grouchy. I get hangry. Let's see. I need a vertebrae. I'll probably never work on a Star Wars thing, to be honest with you. I mean, like, Star Wars is not really something that I've really thought of, like, oh yeah, that's something I'm gonna be working on. But, so to answer your question, probably never. Like, I have these Star Wars figures back here, but none of them are things that like I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. Like, I'm not. Sorry. We won't even see that part, so whatever, I guess. Matters is this. Do this. Just pull it outwards just to give it that something. Push these down. And that'll be good. We're only dealing with the lumbar part anyways. Just attach everything here. The auto copy? Oh yeah, you hold control on something, right? So if I were to do pen, let's do like a sphere right here. Actually I could do something right now for the horns even. So like going on it, like, whatever. So if I wanted to like copy this disc, like I just find exactly the place, like let's say I wanted it to be like right there, then I like still holding control, you let go and then you keep dragging. Missed a few there because it's a little bit iffy, but yeah, that's how you get that to work, right, like that. And then you do another one, we'll go up, boom, like that. Hold control and then let go of control while you're dragging. How am I with rendering in ZBrush? I mean, they're like, it's okay. Like I'm okay at it. I don't fully utilize all of the tools for the post-processing stuff that's available in ZBrush, but you can make your renders look pretty cool, especially if it's like illustration based. But yeah, I mostly just do ZBrush based renders. I can do a taper. Like that. And then say accept. And we can do first make that longer. And then you can do no. Can't remember. Oh, this one's on like 2. I always forget how to use these cones, man. Probably shouldn't do that live then if I don't remember how to use them. It's something I always have to look up. Is it bend arc that I want? Can't remember which deformer it is. There we go. That's it. Say accept and you just kind of like line it up with what I was doing before. Here, well, that. Hide these ones. Now, like, start going on top of these with some fun. What do I mean by fun? I mean stuff like that. So, lazy mouse. Bend curve, yeah. It's fun, it's fun. I just always forget like which tone does what. An anglerfish? Nice. Thoughts of rendering bioluminescent parts. Are you doing it in ZBrush or are you doing it in like Keyshot or Arnold or like what? Anything that's bioluminescent, you can do like an emissive, but if it's in ZBrush, you might want to do it in post. What was I doing? Lazy mouse. Do actually, if I dynamatch this guy, might go a little bit too high. No, that's good. That's good. It's actually good. Damn. No, I think I'm gonna leave that like that. Then no. Oh, there's no detail alpha. I was just duplicating things around as a demo. But not 100% sure that I like it. I don't think I like it. We'll see. Right here, we gotta like flatten things and let it like smooth down to this part and start cutting things out manually. Scratch away at some of this stuff. Not all perfect. Don't want everything to look perfect. Oh, absolutely. I've seen lots of artists using this actually. Like, especially after the summit. I think, like, Paul Gabery was like screeching about it. Like, guys, like you can copy things easy. So yeah, definitely use it up. I think there's like a bunch of other streamers that use this method as well. Seen in lots of people. I think Anna uses it a lot. I've seen in like she posts like TikToks. I think in one of her TikToks she used this method as well. Except she was doing much more detailed horns. I'm doing like whatever this is. This guy. Do big cuts down here. Overall too. Chips. Here. Joined asked how I made the detail on the horns. Yeah, you can go back in time just a little bit on this VOD and you'll see the copy method. You just hold, so I had a small sphere that I flattened and then I held control with the gizmo and then released, and it duplicates a whole bunch of them, and then you use a deformer on it. If you want to see it in action, feel free. Sorry. Feel free to go back in time on the video. Oh my god. Problem with eating almonds is they always come back to haunt you. Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna start again, sorry for the hems. Dynamesh. His face. Start working on that. Hey Beowulf, what's you doing? How you doing? How it goes? Actually, kinda... Nah, keep it separate for right now.
Too deep, sell my soul.
Krampus! It's Krampus, yes. The focal shift when using things like Damien Standard. Yeah, if I'm working with something like a really low, like if I need to use Damien Standard with a big brush like this, but then I want like just pillowy thing, like a pillowy kind of shape to be made, I will make it really high res, and then I'll change like the focal shift down a little bit more, or up, depending on what it is that I want, and I will turn down the Z intensity. But usually I leave it around like the middle and just kind of use it as is, because I generally just use Damien Standard for like marking stuff. I don't usually use it for more than that. Yeah. Just someone's name that was at Pixologic. Yeah, somebody, I can't remember who, but it was somebody, yeah, made up used that brush a lot, and then Pixologic just put it in the program many versions ago. Also, like, you know, not trying to make everything super like stand out. If it's a tendon or a muscle, you gotta like have that fat in there as well. Like, not everything has to be so carved out to represent what the heck is going on. Just kind of filling in some things, like right here. Have a little less going on here. Have it all kind of split out. Right here, skin should go inwards into the nose like this. Usually continues like that. We'll give this some inflate as well. Give it that crunchy feeling, like everything is kind of falling on itself. And these guys can come up. Just your standard Damien. Oh yeah, you guys are waiting for the 3000 series? That's wild. I don't want anything to do with that right now. That price point. I am good with my 2070. Might upgrade in a year. Yeah, like if you like I upgraded like earlier last year, or like October-ish of last year, so I'm like it's too soon. Mine is still working. And this one actually, I think, I'm gonna make this also more fibers inside the mouth. Pretty nasty. And we will do a Dynamesh on that one too. Am I on a Cintiq? Yes, I am. I am on a 22 HD Cintiq. Yeah, the 22 HD is great. You just have to figure out like a really ergonomic way of using it, otherwise you get screwed with your shoulder. Once that's figured out, it's awesome. Quality arm for a 27? I mean, I'm pretty sure the Amazon Basics one that's like a direct knockoff of the ergonomics one probably handle the 27. I'm assuming, because it handles this one no problem. Like, it can hold it no problem. How much does it weigh though, the 27? You should look up how much the Amazon Basics one can hold. But this one, it's working totally fine for the 22. This. I'm running out of time. We've only got like 30 minutes to go. Do alpha. I'll probably continue this one next week. Like on stream. Have I saved them? Yes, I have. Don't worry. We're good. Yeah, the Amazon one is way cheaper than the ergonomics one. Or the Ergotron or whatever it's called. But it's like literally the same thing, so... From what I've seen anyways. Like even the base, apparently like even the stand is made the exact same way. Have I been icing down my shoulder? Yeah, when it was really like bad and inflamed. It's good now. Like the only thing I can't do is raise it past right there. It starts to hurt. Otherwise, we're doing good. We're doing our stretches and everything. Oh, that one actually feels so good. And it'll get better eventually. I think it's like a really stubborn case, but eventually it'll get better. I've been dealing with it for like a month now, but apparently these things can take up to 2 or 3 months to heal, so hopefully. Getting old sucks. I know. I know. Yeah, when I was like really young, I used to like hear that kind of stuff that, you know, like people would say like, oh, you know, you don't, just you wait when you turn like anytime past 25, you're gonna start feeling it. Better stretch and stuff like that, right? And you're just like, whatever, I feel good. It's like you could literally like get up out of bed and not have to stretch or anything. I spend a good like 5 to 10 minutes stretching every morning now. What is existing without pain?
I scream louder than a lion. I'm the ruler of the earth. I'm in charge of all creation, 'cause the power's from within. I scream louder than a lion. I'm the ruler of the earth. I'm in charge of all creation, 'cause the power's from
The Ergotron holds up to 35. Oh, I see. I see, okay. That is a big difference then. Yeah, because this one, it like seems like the same thing, and this one's working just fine for the 22. But I guess, yeah, if you're getting the bigger one, the 27, then you're gonna want to go with the Ergotron then. Yeah, the stretching thing, yeah. Tried turning off lazy mouse, but as long as you go relatively fast with your Damien standard strokes, he leaves dots even if you have freehand strokes. Can you... Wait, any ideas? If you're going really fast with the... Really? How fast do you have to be going to be getting dots? Like, I'm not getting any. Try going into your brush. Go to your brush and then go all the way down. Like, so if you select your Damien standard and then you go into the brush menu and then go all the way down to the bottom right here, you can reset your current brush to like the absolute default of it. Hopefully that fixes it for you. Cause like, yeah, that's super strange. the 24 HD and you had to buy the Ergotron because of it? Oh, really? Okay, yeah, this one. So I was moving my desk around a whole bunch, and dude, you're gonna have to, like, okay, so whoever was talking about getting the 27, make sure that you've got like help or something to install it with your arm if you're installing the arm to your desk first, because that thing, it springs, dude. Like, it springs up. Even with the 22 HD, moving my desk around, I was like freaking out because as soon as it comes off of the base, it pops up. No worries, Dark. Yeah, sometimes you mess around with settings and you don't know exactly what it is that's causing all the weirdness, so the best thing to do is just reset the brush.
Well, if you're wondering what's happened, so am I. The computer that we have running our news from time to time took off and went wild. So what we're going to do is start over from the top.
Doing like a little bit of hair here. The weather, it's been really like wet and rainy. It's kind of snowed a little bit. I'm in Montreal. I don't know how. Apparently, it's like -1 in BC as well.
Wondering what's happened. So am I.
It's nice. I don't mind it. I like the cold as long as it's not like too cold, you know? There's a curve tube. What time is it? Okay, we still have time. Yeah, as long as it's above the -30. I can even go as far to say as long as we're above -25, I'm a happy camper. Oh yeah, glass tabletop's not a great idea when you have when you've got like a Cintiq or anything. 0 right now in Alberta. Nice, nice, nice. Very nice, ooze. Oh. Okay. Split that off. Get that. Lower just a little bit. Feel tiny like. Will I buy a mobile Studio Pro? I have no need for that. Like, especially right now, like, where am I going? I don't need it. Like, my PC is stronger than that. Like, I also, you know, if I'm at my PC, I feel like it's like work time. I don't want to be like, you know, taking it onto the couch or anything like that to work, because then it's just like anywhere that I go in my house, it'll feel like a work spot. Like, I like having a designated working area, especially, you know, work from home and being freelance and all that. It's sort of like, okay, this room means work. The other rooms don't. Because you need to have a way to detach yourself. It's too high res. Work and game. I mean, yeah, like my room, like, I mean, my computer is also my gaming computer, but it's like, I try to associate this room with work, and so like I don't want to bring work to the other rooms, if that makes sense. Thank you, Eckhart. Eckhart, sorry. Do you hold any button when using the snake hook brush to make the hood mesh follow the surface? The hood mesh. No, I was just kind of like sculpting. I wasn't really like doing anything in particular. Are you talking about like the hair? Because I was just sculpting for that to work. What if I miss ZBrush when you're in your holiday? I mean, you're on a holiday. Like, if you do ZBrush for work every day like I do, then your holiday is anything but ZBrush. Even though I love ZBrush, everything needs a break. Yeah, this is like this is one of those sculpts that definitely is gonna take more than one stream to finish. Like he's just there, it's very involved, you know. Yeah, Cyberpunk coming out. Oh my gosh, I'm excited for that. I wasn't initially excited for it, I'm not gonna lie, but seeing the more recent trailers, I'm like kind of in, kind of down. Like I kind of felt like initially it was just gonna be another like, just gonna be a Grand Theft Auto type game, but it clearly looks like more than that. More RPG based. Super down. I'm gonna make certain parts of this tongue chunkier. Yeah. If I didn't have work that I had to do after this, I would definitely go longer on this one because I'm just enjoying it. But I gotta head off and do my client work. Got them deadlines. All right, let me save. All right. Am I looking at a concept or inventing the moment? I'm looking at, I have goats on my other screen. I said I have goats up like Damascus goats, but otherwise, yeah, this is me. My creepies, I guess. I'll put this here. This here. Wait, actually, let me try that again. Shift S is to copy, by the way. That's what I'm doing. Just doing Shift S. There we go. There is that. Yeah, actually, let me, because I know Kyle usually, hi Kyle, if you're listening, usually comes in and takes a snapshot of these at the end. I'll give him a big one of these. There we go. Or you can try something like this. Whichever. All right, thank you guys so much for hanging out. If you have, if you're interested in following any of the other streamers that stream on this channel, definitely follow Pixologic. You can follow them on Twitch or YouTube. YouTube, you're gonna get a lot of the VODs. If you miss any of the live stuff, ZBrushLive.com for all of the scheduling. I should be here again next week. And I'm gonna see if I'm gonna continue this. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see how we feel. I'm enjoying this sculpt though. We'll see if I'm bored of it by the time next week rolls around. If you want to try ZBrush, there's a free 30-day trial available for you, or a completely free version called ZBrush Pour Mini. So check that out, and yay! Is there anybody, can I see if anybody's gonna be streaming next? Let's see. Schedule. Where you at? Yeah, so tomorrow Mike Thompson is gonna be live along with Spicer and Oscar. And then on Friday, we've got Steven Anderson and Pixologic Dezut. Check them out. And follow Pixologic. Okay. Any of my socials? All my socials are right here. Right there. If you're interested. Woo! Good night, guys. Have a great rest of your evening. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Don't be naughty, otherwise Krampus is gonna come and get you. Do your stretches, otherwise Krampus is gonna come and put you in your sack. You don't want that.